All right. What's up, you guys? Happy July, almost over. Okay, it's almost over. I am excited because I have some stuff to share with you guys. If you have not invited your team, go ahead and tell them to jump on, get into it. It should be way more people on here. So tell them to jump on so that they're able to be a part of what we're going to share here today and the mindset that they need in order to push their business forward to end strong, to close the month out strong. And so I just want to start off by saying this, okay? First of all, if y'all able to come into the room, I want to see faces and not boxes because that's not fun to look at boxes. So if you are able to, I am submitting to you that you go ahead and turn on that camera so I can see your beautiful base faces and you can be present here in this moment. But other than that, I want to submit to you guys about closing. Hey, yeah, what's up, y'all? It's good to see your faces. About closing this month out strong and putting yourself in a position to win. But then I also want to talk about ownership when it comes to your business. And what I'm realizing more and more in this season is that we love doing business with other people, but we don't necessarily love to do business for ourselves. I don't know. I'm seeing this over and over again. That there are some who are coming in like, let's go. Like, this is for me, this is for my family. I'm out here to eat. And then there's other people who are like, okay, but if you're not pushing, I'm not pushing. If you don't believe, I don't believe. Instead of really grasping your own belief to press forward, to really go after what God has called you to. And I need to submit to you guys about running through the finish line opposed to being okay with almost. And I'm gonna tell you, we are not okay with almost. How about that? Drop in the comments. I am not okay with almost. Drop that. I am not okay with almost. I am not okay with almost. And the biggest thing about not being okay with almost is having the tenacity to know, number one, what you want, believing that you can do it, and then walking towards it until God says so. Knowing what you want, believing God can do it, and then running towards it. Knowing what you want, believing God can do it, and then having the strength, the courage, the bravery to run towards it. And know that adversity is inevitable. Adversity is inevitable. It's inevitable. It really is. It's inevitable. Without traction, wheels don't move. Y'all know that? If there is no traction, the wheel can't move. So in order for a wheel to get out of position, there has to be some type of traction. And so when it comes to this business, if you have no traction, you're not moving in any type of direction, but you have to be okay with the traction in order to move forward towards where it is that you desire to go. And so you're here today because you want this business to work for you. I believe that. I believe that you showed up today because you desire for your business to move forward and you're eager to learn about yourself, to learn about this business in order to go after and get what it is that you desire for you and your family. But let's talk about what happens in the secret places. Okay, let's do that. And I'm just gonna submit to you guys to unmute and share because this is just gonna get real. And I'm telling y'all straight up, don't be afraid to unmute. But I am not the pity party person. I'm praying about this. I'm in week what am I in week 8 of Bella Body, and we talking about being offering love. Anyways, I'm praying about myself, okay? So please know if there's things that you don't like about me, take it to Jesus because he is working on me, okay? So God will hear your prayers. Please don't be offended because I am not the offended type. I'm never here to offend you. So just take it to Jesus. If you feel submitted to say something, okay, say something. But I'm gonna tell you guys for real. I'm not here for the pity party. I'm here for the solution focus. But if you feel like you need to like in order to get your point across, um, that you have to share a certain aspect of something, then I'm okay. I'm okay with that. But let's just know that ultimately we're always focused on the solution because where your focus goes grows. So if you are in a position to where you are focused on what's going wrong, that's why everything is going wrong. Can I tell y'all that? Everything is going wrong because that's where your focus is, and where your focus goes, grows. That is not cliche. That is real. Whatever you focus on expands. It literally does. It will expand. It will become bigger and bigger. And so you have to focus on what you want, not necessarily what you don't want. I mean, not necessarily, not at all what you don't want. Now, there are times that we need to correct the things that we're doing wrong, or use it to understand, but not necessarily focus on it. And so let's talk about what would you guys say this month? Because it's the 18th, which is early. So praise God, we got time. What would you say is an area of opportunity for you, and something that you are overcoming in order to push your business forward?
For me, it is being consistent, just really following through with consistency. I put the haps out there, I get notifications, and then I drag and even getting back with those customers. I'm just basically leaving people out there hanging, and then
Mm.
don't know how to follow up and go back and reel them back in, even if that's an opportunity to do. So just being more consistent.
That's honest. Anybody can relate to that. That's good. Devin said time management. I'll tell you guys, with consistency, if you, it's crazy that Devin said time management, because that's good. If you do not have an hourly calendar, you need to get one. Everybody, a physical hourly calendar. I'm telling you, it will change your life. It's actually time for me to buy a new one. And I love a good Erin Condren. It's my favorite. But I'll tell you guys, the biggest thing about this business is, if you don't tell your time where to go, it will go wherever it wants to go.
That's true.
It, that's for everybody. If and this is in life. This is not just business. This is a life thing. You ever got looked up at the end of the day and just like, oh my God, where did the day go? Like, I didn't do half the stuff that I needed to do. It's because you never told your time where to go. So I would submit to you guys, I have my calendar right here, because I don't go nowhere without it. Okay. And I go through and I write down my time slots. You can't even see it, but I write down my time slots throughout my entire day so I can know where my time is going. So what time do you get up? That might be a thing, because some of y'all might just be getting up whenever you get up, unless you got a 9 to 5 that you go to. Kids shouldn't be waking you up. You should be setting a time that you're actually getting up. And when you set that time that you're actually getting up, then plan your day. Are you doing after you have your Jesus time, are you doing a power 30? Are you doing a power hour? Do you have tasks that you can go through? The key to consistency is to know what you want. If you know what you want, you know your why, you'll commit to doing the things. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
when you know what you want, you'll actually do the things. Let me give you an example. If you know you want to cook tacos for dinner, what you gonna go do? What are you gonna go do? You're gonna go to the store and you're going to buy all the ingredients that you need to make tacos, right? You're gonna buy all the stuff that you need to make tacos. Then you're gonna come home, you're gonna cook the meat, you're gonna if you're making lettuce, you're gonna cut up the lettuce, unless you bought the lettuce that's already cut up, you're gonna cut up your tomatoes. Like, you have a plan for taco night. It's the same thing when it comes to your business. You need to have a plan. You can't just have taco night without the ingredients to make tacos. So the only way that you can make your business effective is if you're deciding that you're going to do host to post. Well, guess what you do? PMF, SDPD is that simple. You post, you message, you follow up, and then you do your spiritual and personal development. So if you are posting, messaging, and following up is a part of going to check your host to post from yesterday. So it's doing the task, and it's asking for help if you don't have a flow. If you don't have a flow, you need to ask for help. That's the whole point. We're better together. There may be something that works for somebody that'll change your life, and that'll set you up to be able to create a flow. But the only way to get better at something is to actually start doing it. It's so funny. My mom came with me to shout out to Louisville, Louisville. And I say it right. They was telling me how to say it. Shout out to Louisville. And my mom came with me and she was like, I really just want to flow the way that you did. Like, I loved watching you flow through the presentation. And I was explaining to my mom, I was like, first of all, I'm not supposed to do that. So that's number one. You're not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be duplicatable. And so I'm really supposed to use like notes and a party pad. But because we don't have a new party pad, I just flow the way that I have. And I have 11 years of knowledge. So let's just say that, like, that is not duplicatable. But outside of that, there is things in this business that should be duplicatable. Everything that you do should be able to be duplicated. And if that's the case, because duplication is what's going to allow your business to grow. Because if you can't be duplicated, then guess what? You can't grow because nobody can do what you do. So post message follow-up, spiritual and personal development, talking to people as you go out and about, bringing them to your social media, making your social media your resume, following up. It's very simple. You're posting to share your resume, you're messaging and talking to new people, or you're adding new people to your network by the people that you're talking to out and about. And then you're following up with those people. It's simplicity. So if you decide to host the post for that day, then that means that tomorrow you need to follow up. And sometimes I do miss a day or two. Even with me, I do host the post, but I don't do it every single day. But I do use host the post. So I make it one of my tasks to go back, and you in my group chat, so you already know. And some days the task is go check all your host the posts for June. So if you're going back to check all your host the posts from June, you make sure you save them in that collection. It makes it that much easier to follow up. And so hopefully that's helpful. And Miss Kim, we need to work on that and getting you a task list rolling. Yes. Get up earlier. We just talked about this. Can we talk? Let me just bring y'all into this conversation that we had today on my Bible study. Okay. And it's crazy because it kind of talks about what Lenisa and I were just talking about before hopping on here. I am studying Paul right now. If you're not reading one chapter of the Bible a day, I'm going to put a plug out there. You have the opportunity to do that with me. We read one chapter of the Bible a day with I'm not gonna say that. All right, anyways, but you can read one chapter of the Bible a day with us. And we are in Philippians right now. And so we're reading Paul's letters. And if you don't know about Paul, Paul is somebody who suffered for the gospel. I say it like that, but he actually really did. It's not even no joke. Like, he straight up suffered for the gospel so that other people would get to know this Jesus Christ who saved his life. Okay. And Paul is such a phenomenal leader. Okay. He is the epitome to me, outside of Jesus, of a servant leader. He served the socks off of them Gentiles. Okay. He was willing to die so that they could know who Jesus Christ was. But we were talking about how Paul was able to be in this place where he was able to serve God and do what he was supposed to do because he was not distracted. I told my Bible study crew today, and y'all probably have no idea unless you read your Bible like that, but there was another apostle. His name was Apollos, right? And so they were talking about how, like, you can't be concerned about who brought us to God. Was it Apollos? Was it Paul? Like, we're not concerned about that. All we're concerned about is the fact that you got to know Jesus, period. So think about this. If Paul became so messed up with how Apollos was doing his ministry, would Paul be able to really serve the people that he was supposed to serve? He would not. He would not, y'all. And think about how many people that Paul touched. He touched the people from Galatia. He touched the people from Crete. He touched the people from the Colosh, I don't know where they was from, Philippia, all these places. Okay? All these different places. And he would have never touched none of them if he was concerned with Apollos. Do y'all get what I'm saying? So when it comes to you and what you're supposed to be doing, how many of you guys are distracted by stuff that does not pay you nothing? And now, praise God, DePaul was in a season where there was no social media and all of that. I'm sure they still had distractions. But how many things are taking away your attention from what you're supposed to be doing here? Could it be TV? Could it be social media? And when I'm saying social media, I ain't talking about you getting on there to work your business. Could it be Netflix? Could it be, I don't know, insert whatever, gossip? What could it be that's taking you away from doing what you're supposed to be doing here? And I can guarantee each and every one of y'all can find something how about that? Find something that you love about It Works so much that you become encompassed, like engulfed in your mission here and what you're supposed to be doing. So what is it that y'all love about It Works and what you get to do here? Tell me, what do you love about it? It's unmute and tell me, what do you love about It Works and what you get to do here?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, Lawrence?
Huh. Hey, I just got to say, I like talking to people and all that, considering that I have a very busy schedule and doing so much work, and it's really tough for me. I have one challenge myself to be consistent because I many times like do OT at work and all that thing, and that takes a lot of the thing, but that's a good problem. And that is, I have to just juggle it out and do those things like every more nook and cranny, every second that's
Yes.
possible when I'm free. And that's all I got to say.
You love helping other people. Yes.
Yes,
I love that. Thank you.
thank
That's
you.
good. The joy of helping other people. Who else? What do you love? What do you love? So y'all don't love nothing. I might as well call Mark and tell him to shut it down.
I love corporate. I love Lanisa. She's changed my life in so many ways. Like, I'm so grateful for her and for corporate just overall.
But what do you love about your business?
The products, I mean, I've eliminated 156 pounds and keeping it off,
Here we go.
especially those wraps. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed.
She loves the products, eliminating 156 pounds. What do y'all love about your business?
That it's a faith-based company.
Yes. Yes, Miss Cheryl, a faith-based company. Thank you. Cass says she loves the culture. Yeah. Joy, I think that's for you in the comments. What do y'all love? Okay, let me tell y'all what I love, because clearly, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Okay, can I be put a one in the comment? I need y'all to wake up. Is it late where you at? Maybe 9:23. Put a one in the comments where if you are want to know what I love. Let me tell y'all what an Ambassador Diamond loves. Okay. Can I tell y'all what I love? Let me tell y'all what I love. Because this is the problem. If y'all don't know what y'all love, y'all not gonna sign nobody. Okay, you're not gonna sign anyone. No one's joining you. Because y'all should have jumped all over this. You should have been like, yeah, let me tell you what I love. Let me tell you what I love. Because I'm gonna join somebody who's like that. If you're excited about something, people are interested. They like, yo, tell me more. Like, why are you so excited? I don't even know what it is, but I just want to join because Lord have mercy, why are you so excited? Tell me why. What is going on? What is it? What is it? Why are you so y'all? I'm gonna just okay, I'm just gonna say 5 things. How about that? I'll say 5. I'm gonna give you 3. I'm gonna give you 3. 3 things. Okay, I'm gonna do 5. 5 things that I love about It Works. And I said It Works. What I love about It Works. That's the question is, what do you love about It Works? So it could be the answer that Joy gave about corporate. It could be that, because that actually is a blessing. It is a blessing that we have a corporate that cares about us. That is a blessing. That's definitely a blessing. But what I love about It Works is that I can bring a distributor in and they can make money immediately. That's one of the things I love the most about this company, that they get to come in and put money in their pocket immediately. Immediately. They can get paid next Friday if they want to. They can get paid next Friday. That's one thing I love about It Works. One thing I love about It Works is the products, but specifically the wraps. It's my favorite product. Why? Because it's 45-minute results. In 45 minutes, I get to make a believer out of somebody. Y'all know what I also love? The cash from the belief. Okay. I love sample cash. I love wrap cash. I love the fact that $25 back in the day could fill my tank. Not no more. But back in the day, it could fill my tank. $25 meant that I have a full tank of gas. That's what I loved. And I loved being able to show people you sell one wrap. Now you got enough money to fill your gas tank. Because guess what? People need to fill their gas tank in 2024. They do. They need to fill their gas tank. What I love about the products is that people can feel the difference of taking the products within a week. 1 week, and you will be able to feel the difference. Really, 1 week you can see the difference, but I tell people 2 weeks. I tell them 1 week you can feel it, 2 weeks you can see it. I love the fact that I get to talk about Jesus when I want to, how I want to, whenever I want to, and you ain't gonna say nothing to me about it. And I'm not gonna get fired, and I ain't gotta worry about somebody going up the proper channels because I'm talking about Jesus. I love that. I love the fact that I can pray with people. I love the fact I did not join this business for ministry. If you would have said, Rachel, you're gonna have ministry attached to it works, I've been like, girl, bye. Like, no, I would not. Because I'm just here to this is where the money resides, and I just want to make money. But being in a position to where I get to work on my relationship with Christ and get paid to do it, like I literally get paid to get up in the morning and have my Jesus time. How, Rachel? Yes, when I get better, when I see clear, when my faith grows, I'm able to touch more lives. I have more confidence because of the strength in the relationship I have with Christ. You know what I love? The fact that I get to create and design my life, even before I was full-time. So it's not the fact that, oh, Rachel's an ambassador diamond, she's full-time in the business. No, boo. I was creating my own life when I was working a full-time as a single mom. I was creating my own life. If I wanted to go on date night, guess what? There is an immediate way for me to put money in my pocket. If I needed gas, there's an immediate way for me to put money in my pocket. If I wanted to buy my son something, there was an immediate way. If I needed cash for Christmas, there was an immediate way for me to pay for my son's schooling. And guess what? I always saw my business as the way. Yo, I used to do hair on the side. That was not my way. Can I be real with y'all? I had a full-time job. That was not my way. You have to start seeing your business as something bigger than what y'all see it. Most of y'all don't respect this business, so it's not paying you. I'm telling you, if you begin to see your business as glass breaking, I bet you it'll start breaking some glass. But what I said in the beginning, where your focus goes, grows. So if you don't see it as a business that will change the trajectory of your life, guess what? It's not going to change the trajectory of your life. And so you have to catch the vision. And I remember going to my first conference, y'all, and I remember hearing, and maybe my husband, because he never talks on here, so maybe I'll make him talk tonight. But I remember we heard a story, and I know exactly who it is, but I'm not going to say their name because they're not here anymore. But we heard a story about a banker, okay? So they had these couples on this couch, and the husbands were sitting right behind them. Let's go, what was it? There was 2014, it was Freedom Conference. And the husband was sitting behind, and they were talking, he was a banker. He was a banker. And he was talking about how his wife she was a stay-at-home mom. And he was talking about how she started making this money. And he was like, now I'm a banker. So I'm sitting here like, is my wife like selling drugs or something? Like, how is my wife making this kind of money? Like, she making more money than I do as a banker, as a banker. And I think something clicked inside of us. It was like, okay, we are thinking way too small. Here I am as a children's mental health case manager, and I can't even pay all my bills. Let's be clear. I have a master's degree. I have a master's level position, and I can't pay all my bills. So what does that mean? That means I either fight for another promotion that I'm far from, or I go back to school to get another degree to try to find another job that may give me a $10,000 increase a year. So I'm going to pay $100,000 in student debt to get a $10,000 increase a year, because that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, right? Not at all. And so I'm sitting here like, she makes more than a banker. Now, how does somebody who, where do you find the tenacity to go after something like that? All of you guys, equal opportunity. Everybody here can make however much money that you want to make. How about that? Drop in the comments, I can make however much money I want to make. I can make however much money I want to make. I don't think y'all believe that. When I started to believe that, everything shifted inside of me. But y'all know what I had to do? I had to get away from everybody who did not believe that I could make that kind of money. Everybody. Everybody, including my boyfriend. And it wasn't, he was my boyfriend because he was my boyfriend before he was my husband. And he didn't get it until he came to an event. And then guess what I had to do? Take him to another event. And then take him to another event. I'm not convincing you of nothing besides my work ethic and my paycheck. That's it. Everything else, you're going to get an event because you're going to have to go hear somebody else's story. You're going to have to hear from the men on stage. You're going to have to hear from somebody else because you're not going to believe me no way until you see it in the bank. I had to believe it. And once I started to believe it and I put myself around other people who believed it and were making it, my whole life changed. Imagine being in a room full of women, and I'm not like, you have to go here with me, like, and envision this. I remember the first time I went into Pam Souter's house. And if you don't know who she is, she was one of the founding people of It Works. Not the founder, but founding people. Like, she was a part of who we became, right? So she's the one who found the rap and brought it to Mark Pentecost, okay? Miss her like crazy. So Pam Souter, I remember the first time Brianna and I went to her house, and we were there as like movers and shakers. Like, we wouldn't even like the invited ones. We were there because God's grace, okay? And I remember going up in his house. God, his house was bomb. Like, I'm talking about banging. Had people that parked your car. Yeah, you remember that, Brianna? Like, people parked your car, came in. It was music playing outside. Outside, they had this pizza thing, and then they had something else. When they making drinks, I was pregnant, so I don't even remember. It was like drinks here, like custom drinks or something, and then you go inside, and then it was music playing inside. She had a band over here, which was so bomb. And then they gave us tours of the house. They had this little aisle that had all this food, and like those were just our appetizers, right? So they had all these little appetizers, food I ain't never ate in my life. Okay, would not order it at the restaurant because who eats like that? And so all these foods, like, it was crazy. And then we had the tour. Yeah, we saw their wine cellar. We saw their elevator. We saw, like, looking out over their balcony, and she moving back in this house too. So I might need to call her up. Like, let me come through. And then she had, they had, I think Big Daddy had like this cigar place, and then they had this gym. We got to see her gym, and then we went into the back, and then we saw their, like, y'all, this house was crazy. Then went into the backyard, and they had the cigar. Oh, the cigar thing was out back, and then they was making like custom margaritas, and then they had this spot over here. Y'all, it was nuts. And then there was like this big old spot where everybody was putting their shoes in their purses. And I'm talking about so many Louis Vuittons, and didn't nobody care. So everybody just dropping their Louis in this one little spot. I'm not playing. It's like a whole bunch of Louis, Chanel's, like all these, and I'm sitting there looking like these people are rich. Like, bruh, like they richer than rich, okay? And I'm like, I'm just a mover and shaker. Like, I'm not even I'm not even in the top nothing. Okay. That not this top to this tip top, but these people are super rich. It was crazy. And when you are in the midst of people who live a life that they once dreamed of, but they went after their dreams and they obtained it, they move different. They talk different. The conversation is different. They ain't clutching their purse that costs a lot of money. They're not those type of people. They not concerned about losing nothing. They live a life of abundance. And so I'm walking into this room, you start sharing your dreams, and they all like, oh, girl, that's nothing. You tell a naysayer your dream, they look at you like you're nuts. Like, bruh, come on. Like, are you okay? Like, why would that ain't gonna happen? That don't happen to nobody. You're talking to the wrong people. Every time I talk to somebody who's from this circle, it's sitting here, it's like, okay, yeah, you can do that. Like, that's what's up. I'm excited to see you do that. Or they're trying to collaborate with you because they're trying to see how they can support you with getting there, or who you can bless in their community. It's a collaboration. I submit to y'all that y'all got the wrong friends. And it's better to be by yourself than to be with people who don't get where you're going. And so you need to be okay with being by yourself if you want this business to work for you. Your faith will change. Things will begin to switch inside of you, and you'll begin to have the courage to start asking people to join you and believing that it doesn't matter whether you can lead them or not. Do y'all know that? The person who signed me is not here. She's not here. What did she have to do with anything after I got started? All she had to do was plug me into the system. The system works for itself. And a lot of y'all can say yes in the comments because your enroller's not here anymore. But something has to switch inside of you where you believe that you can do this. And when it switches, everything changes. And so my question is, has it switched for you? Do you believe that this, y'all, you can make $10,000 a month? I'm not saying that everybody will, because everybody doesn't have it in them. Why? Because you don't believe it. You ever heard the saying, believe you can and you're halfway there? That's not fake. That's real. Believe you can and you are halfway there. Believing is a choice. And then, you know what? The Bible says you can ask him to touch your unbelief. God, I believe, but help my unbelief. But then you have to get up and you have to press towards the mark. You have to get up and press towards the mark. You have to get up and press towards the mark. That means doing stuff that you don't want to do because of whatever you're telling yourself, the story you're telling yourself. It's Yatika on today, and I told her I was gonna call her out. So I thought you weren't gonna be able to be on today. So Yatika, she had reached out to me and told me that she was going to do event. Y'all know I talked about getting outside, right? And Yatika was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have my event. So she sent me a message and she was like, I'm having my first vendor event and blah, blah, blah. And I told her I was gonna call on her because she had never had one before. But let me tell y'all what happened. She finna tell y'all.
Hello, everybody. So I had my first event ever. I've been with the company since 2000. So I came in right before the pandemic in that January. So all I knew was online. I've never heard of a rap party, like any of that before recently. So everybody's talking about getting in person, going belly to belly. I've been in some classes and some boot camps with Lanisa and been reaching out to Rachel and some people on her team. And so did my first event. Called my hairstylist where I get my hair done at. As Rachel says, she's talking to everybody, the wax lady and everybody. So I'm like, hey, I'm about to call her up. All she can do is say no. You don't know if you don't ask. So she was like, oh yeah, come on in. Let me know what Saturdays you want to come. So we figured out Saturday would work was last Saturday. So I went in and I set up a table. And when I tell y'all, it was the funnest thing that I have ever done. Like, it didn't even seem like work. I had looked at my watch, I had been there 4.5 hours, and I was like, man, it seemed like I just got here. So I was set up right in the front where you walk through the door. So everybody who walked through the door had to pass by me. So I'm speaking to everybody like, hey, how y'all doing? You know, they're like, oh, what is this? What's going on here? And so I had my hydrate that I was sampling. Oh, Rachel showing my setup. So I had a setup in station. So I had a coffee station, I had the cold brew and had the skinny brew. Then I had the 30-day drop station. And then I had the hair station that had like the serum and the hair gummies and the hair skin nail vitamins. And then I had the cellulite, as I call it, station, which was getting everybody. The before and afters that's coming through for that farm is ridiculous. So I had that station set up. So people kind of just gravitated to what area they wanted. But back to what I was sampling. So I had the skinny brew, cold brew. I had the hydrate. So I had the skinny hydrate, the cocoa mango flavor. And then I had the collagen, because everybody's like, you got to get the collagen, you want to salon. And that's it. And so people were coming up to me and They were engaging with me. They were asking me, what do I do? And I have my before and after. So if y'all have seen my before and after, especially my most recent one, I have very good before and afters. And so they were like, literally one lady walked up to me and was like, whatever you did in this picture right here, I want all of it. She said, she didn't even ask the price. Like she literally wanted all of it. I had my laptop. So that's one thing I would share with everybody. Is when you go to these events, have something other than a phone, because the phone is too small for people to look at. I had my computer set up. So all I had to do was put the stuff in there for her. She put in all her information, her credit card, and she was gone. But while she was doing that, we were talking about, like what her goals were. And so I started her on the gut reset package because she wants to lose some weight, but she needs to get her gut health together. So we started about that. We talked about that. And she bought like not the essential package, but like the deluxe package. She wanted it all. Like, yep, give me whatever. I want it all. And so we talked about that. We talked about her hosting a party. So not only did I get her as a customer, she's going to host a party for me as well. And I'm gonna get her as a distributor. She just don't know it yet. Because she's just super excited about it and she just wanted to know more about it. I got another customer. She came in and I was just telling her what I had, the sample, whatever. She wanted to try the hydrate. She said, hydrate. She was like, I'm just been looking for a hydration drink. I was actually on my way to Costco to get some liquid IV. How does this compare to liquid IV? Because my daughter said she needed one. I needed this in my life because I haven't been sleeping good and so on and so forth. So I told her, when she got done with her nails, she was there for nail party. She's like, oh, I need to get my nails get done, but I will come right back. So when she came back, and these people came back, like they wasn't skipping out the door trying to ghost you, nothing. The lady came back and literally I had messaged, so we have a 40 and above group. Because we the bomb in our 40 and above group with Lanisa. Don't hate on us. So I messaged in that group like, hey, does anybody know what liquid IV is? Because I didn't even know what it was. And how does it compare to hydrate? My girl Denise was on it. She knew all the ingredients for liquid IV versus hydrate, what it had, what it did, all that. So I didn't, but the crazy part about it, so I came back to the lady when she came back to her nails, whatever. I told her about it. She didn't even really care really that much about the ingredients and all that. She was excited about me because she knew me from church too. So she was the elder at a church I used to go to. So she was like, I didn't know he was doing that. She did because she's seen me on social media. But she was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this from you. I'm gonna get it from Costco. So again, just based on the fact that she knew me, she trusted me, she could taste the product, she could see the product, she could see how easy it was to make. She ordered right then too. Went over to the laptop, so I signed her up. Literally, she was walking out the door like, well, Dad, I need this now. Like, I'm feeling down. I need to go home and take a nap. Do you have any of this that I can buy or I can have right now? I was like, yeah, you can just take a pack. Because Lanisa and her 40 and over group was talking about giving out samples. Like, it's just a blessing to be able to give to people, just give it out, not even, so I gave her a sample. She put it in her water bottle. She took it with her out the salon. Next thing you know, her sister's calling me because she told her sister about it. She must have went home and let her sister try it or told her about it. Her sister was hunting me down. So at 10:30 that night, her sister's like, I had to get this stuff that Robin told me about. I need this stuff. So I'm literally getting her signed up. I'm not going to every scenario, but I walked out of there 4 customers. I walked out of there with 5 parties. I walked out of there with 6 people that I needed to follow up with and an invite back to the salon because somebody was calling or somebody was like, yes, somebody was asking, like, is she gonna come back next week? Because I gotta get out of here. I don't have any time to talk to her. I asked the salon owner when I was coming back. So now I got an open invitation to come back. Oh, I got the salon owner to sign up too. She became one of my customers on the Super Brands and she about to get collagen. And so I got, like, when I tell y'all, we even talked a little bit about the business. She's not really interested in the business, but I gotta tell y'all this. The salon owner is not interested in the business, but she's interested in me being part of her business. Almost what Rachel was saying, the collaboration piece. She was like, can you get me a mirror QR code? And I'm like, what is a mirror QR code? So she was just like, here are the QR code I can put on my mirror. It goes right to your link. So as I'm telling customers what they need in their consultation, I want them to be able to pick their phone up and scan it and order the hair and nails or get the gummies or get the serum. So she asked for that. She asked for a link that I could be part, that she could send to her customers. She's very thorough. So at the end of her consultation, she'll send you like what type of blow dryer you need, what product you need, like how often you need to do whatever based on your goals. Almost like we do. She sits down and really understands what the goals of the person for the hair. She wants to incorporate me in all her consultations. So she is super pumped. People were even walking in the door like, I used to buy these vitamins, but I don't have anyone to buy them from now. So I'm gonna buy them from you. I mean, like when I tell y'all, event was so fun, so successful. I was nervous because I didn't know what I was doing. And I mean, I almost forgot I had samples to sell y'all because literally so many people wanted to be customers. They wanted to know how they could get it, how they could sign up. I probably missed out on some money, but I did make some sample cash because one guy tried the skinny cold brew and he was like, I need some of this. Do you have any this I can take with me right now? I was like, I sure do. I got some samples. He was like, how much? I was like, $20. He was like, here. Like, no questions asked. Like, I want exactly what you just gave me. So super simple, y'all. It was so fun, but more than anything, I have to say it was fun. Like the best time I've had since I've been in this company, as far as, you know, it's fun meeting the people and hanging out on the streets and getting on Zooms, but just working the business and being fun, not just sending the cold messages, message after message after message, host to post after host to post. So that's kind of the spiel. It was fun, fun, fun. And you bring your laptop though, bring your laptop because people were ready to go and I had the laptop there for them to sign up.
So good. Congratulations. That is so amazing.
Thank
Shout out to
you.
you for listening because that's a big deal.
Oh, I listen.
Yeah, praise God. So it's crazy. Brittany's not on tonight, but she has been. I know you said that you connected with her. I know you didn't say by name, but she's one that's been hitting up salons and recently signed a salon owner and has signed many customers being in the salon. And she actually has a standing. So she goes every week. She'll go several days to this specific salon. I do suggest hopping, but it is good if they have enough traffic. If they have traffic, then go to the same salon. That's good. I will tell you, I just came as we're closing up. I just came from Louisville. And y'all, they had such a successful party in Louisville. Jesus, I'm working on it. Okay. I'm working on it. And they did so phenomenal, y'all. Like it was insane walking into that room. And it's really just getting the people there. And so I want Devin to talk about what you and your team did to invite, because it was really just the inviting. If you can invite them there, we can close them. Period. I'm telling you. And that room was packed out. And they had an overflow. And what I mean by that is like when you have a phenomenal event, it's the same thing as what you were just saying, Yatika. You have this amazing event, you're going to have overflow where people are excited and where people go tell somebody else or they order their products or they are interested in all of that. And so I think she just stepped away maybe because she just had a grandbaby 3 weeks ago. Did y'all hear that? She had a grandbaby 2 weeks ago and decided she was having an event, period. And the baby lives at her house. Okay. She got 2 grandkids taking care of her daughter.
Can you hear me? Okay, I had to turn the cartoons down. So our goal was just to get people in the room. It's better all at one time as opposed you can do so much at a party rather than the post, than reaching out and getting them all there at one time, telling them all the same information at one time. We made it fun. We had a DJ, we line danced, like we just made it fun. So people were like, okay, I'm gonna have a party and I'm gonna bring some people. And it was just a good time. So Nikki called it's a day party. It works day party. So we just invited everybody. We had passed the little flyers we made asking people to repost it for us. So if they couldn't make it, even if they could, we just asked them to post on their page, invite their friends, send it out to their friends, sending it to everybody. And even did like a registration, I think it's called Jot form, asking them to sign up. So we did drawings, like if they registered, their name went in there. If they brought a guest, their name went in there. And they got from the Dollar Tree. It was one of those little bottles where it tells you what time to drink. And we put in a skinny hydrate and then like some Crystal Light packets. Just trying to make it fun to where they were like, oh, we learning. Even my husband was like, I had a good time. He was like, we learned, we had fun. So it kept the men's interest as well. So, just trying to have a good time. It brought the people.
My cup was overflowed now. Like it was great to be able to just come in a room, do the presentation and support them with closing because each of them had their own guests. I think there was, oh my goodness, Jesus, maybe about 10 of y'all, 8 of y'all, 8 of y'all, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe eight of them, and almost I think 7 out of 8 had guests.
Mhm.
7 out of 8 had guests.
Yeah.
And so when at the end, they went around, we had a conversation about how we're going to close and how no one leaves here without a plan, right? So, and they all had order forms. We had some catalogs running around. And so we just divided and conquered. Okay. And I was able to learn the Tamia dance. I haven't retained it. So praise God, my family reunions next weekend. So I'm gonna be learning it again. But listen, Devin cousin like took time with me in the midst of talking to all the people. Okay, we had a great time. My mom enjoyed that thoroughly. One of the things my mom said she enjoyed, and so this is Devin for you to hear, is she loved the fact that she was able to see the products. And so each product that we talked about, whether they were sampling it or not, they also brought around the bottle so that they were able to physically see and hold the bottle and as well as consume the samples. So that was really cool too, how they brought it around so that they all were able to see it. And then if they had a before and after picture that was in conjunction with the product, they took the before and after picture around at the same time we were talking about the product. And we even forgot one of the products, but still, they were able to sample it because we literally had like all the products
All
and
of
we're
them,
able
yeah.
to take them through every single one. And so, what would you say to the people who are hesitant on an event? Because we're actually planning another one for August. So, like, these are something that we're gonna do at monthly because I told them I would definitely come if they can get the people in the room. And y'all, the clothes was so legit, y'all. Loyal customers were upgrading to distributors. There were people, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, especially if you're doing a presentation, you never base what people are getting from your presentation based on what you see. Never read the room. I'm gonna tell you that you just tell your presentation, you tell your story because you cannot read people's faces as much as you think you can. It'll be the people that you think are not interested at all. I mean, like at all, will be the first ones to say, yes, I'm telling you that. So just do your thing. Be passionate about what you have to offer other people, knowing that it will change their life. And then you go in and you ask for the clothes because what was the statistics? I don't even know. It was like 5 new distributors and 4 customers, something like that. It was,
We
it
had
was
2 of them that converted to distributors from customers right there on the spot. We had to call customer
customer
service
service.
and switched over. Yeah. So it was, I think it was like 5 distributors, and we had a husband and wife. They both
What
joined,
products?
Perks members, and
I
we
mean, like
have
170
2
BV
parties.
with the
Yes,
20% off.
with it. 2 parties booked off for there, and one of the ladies that wasn't actually interested. She liked the products, but she just wasn't ready to purchase. But she's having a party and inviting friends. She even invited friends to that
Oh
party. She's like,
yeah, I
I want
remember
to
that.
support you guys. And she asked a lot of questions.
She
So if
did.
you would have read the room, you'd have thought she wasn't interested.
1,000%. And she
But
had some
she
really
was,
good questions for me
yeah,
too.
she did. So I'm sorry, what was your question?
I don't even remember. What was it? I don't know. What was my question?
I don't know.
What was the question, y'all? I don't even know. Okay, help Lord.
I think she answered the question. You were just asking
Okay.
her to let us know how it was, and then you was asking her about the ratio of how many people,
Okay.
Oh,
joined and stuff.
Yes.
But she
Okay.
answered.
thank you,
Thank
Kim.
you.
Thank you, Miss Kim.
Thank you. It was fun, guys. And this is something that I absolutely love doing. And so if you can get in the room with someone, whether it's a one-to-one for coffee, it's a one-to-one for dinner, it's a one-to-one for lunch, it's having people over your house. As I was telling Devin, or Nikki, I was telling Nikki the other day, I said, just invite people over your house, period. Especially if you're somebody who can invite somebody over, invite them over. You have the samples, you have the drinks, you can be in fellowship with other people and still introduce these products in this business to them. And for me personally, I'm gonna tell y'all, maybe that's why I went Ambassador Diamond but I became obsessed with helping other people. There's Be Obsessed or Be Average. Y'all, if I've never read that book, read the book. I became obsessed with helping other people. And so even when y'all talk to me, at the end of the day, it's gonna revert back to my products and my business because I know that they are life-changing. Period. People need money. People need to be healthy. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's just like Yatika was saying. She want to lose weight, but baby, your gut is not right. I was just on a mom's page just a minute ago. And his mom was like, my kids, we get sick all year long. And I would be like, y'all gut is unhealthy. Like your entire family's gut's unhealthy. Y'all need to get some gut health popping. Your kids can have aloe. You can do aloe with your kids. I know that I'm supposed to say that, but I'm saying it. You can do aloe with your kids. All my kids drink greens. That's the disclaimer. Do whatever you need to do with your kids. But my kids drink greens. Shoot, I need to start giving my 17-year-old the flat because he need a probiotic. Like, right? These are products that are healthy and they are helpful for people's lives. And so before we get up off of here, I am actually going to defer to Miss did y'all tell her happy birthday on her birthday, Miss Lanisa? Did y'all tell her happy birthday? If you haven't, if you didn't tell her, you can put it in the comments right now. Tell her happy birthday in the comments. But we're gonna open up the floor for her to give us some juice on everything that she heard today and see if she want to add some.
You know what? Tonight was a joy because I just sat back and watched you do what you do. And I hope everyone heard that. There's nothing Rachel does that does not have a stamp of God on it. And what do I mean by that? Even with the tough talk, in the beginning, y'all had some tough talk. Because I sat and watched and I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit back and just let her say what she gonna say. I ain't gonna get in that. You know how sometimes, you double dutch, I ain't getting in there. I'm just gonna let her do. I'm gonna see if it go how far she gonna go. But because everyone on this call knows her heart and you know who she is, all of you, I was watching the chats and many of you are like, yeah, that's it. But here's the last part. We wonder why God allows tough love to happen. But tough love has to happen so that you can pay attention. Because what she's saying is truth, and then she gave you proof at the end. See, she didn't leave you with just the talk. She brought someone up to validate everything she's been saying. And when I tell you, y'all, I've been coaching Yatika. Yatika and I, we have been working together for a moment. And for anybody on here that says you cannot and you will not, I need you to go back and listen to her testimonial just with that one. She didn't tell you about what she's been through and where she has come from. But when I tell you, don't think it has been easy. With a child that's a disability child, with deaths in her family, with no upline. What did I say? No upline. Wait, y'all don't understand. None. And she was determined not to be in her own head. And she continued to fight. And I said, y'all, as long as you fight, I'm walking with you. But when you stop, I stop. Because I can't carry you on this one. You know what to do. And all I heard her one day said, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm scared, Lanisa, I'm gonna do it. And I said, do you know who to reach out to? She said, all right, I reached out and already. And just the joy and excitement that I'm hearing from her now. So if I want to give you any words of encouragement tonight, that too can be you. That can too be you. But you have to first, one, drop the excuses. There were some calls we would get on, and y'all, hope you don't mind me saying, y'all, she would just bust out crying in the middle of them. But she said, I cannot give up. She says, I know I'm supposed to be here. And I said, you are. But she didn't quit on her. And she didn't allow the excuses to take her out the game. Stop. If you're going to be in the game, be in the game. God brought you over here for a reason. He didn't bring you over here to sit on the sideline and look. There are many people on the sideline that are looking in, trust me. And there's so many people looking on the sideline. What did Yatika just say to you all? Oh, I remember that I used to, but I can't find nobody anymore. You want to know why they can't find anybody? Because nobody like us want to work for it anymore. And the ones that they're seeing out there is not something that they can relate to. So what happened to that company? Where are they? I used to like that. So what am I going to say tonight? Just be the best version of you. Stop playing with this. Stop. Stop. It's too many people in our community. Yatika did. I wish there was another Bianca was on here. There's a Bianca that's in our 40 and above as well. Sister, top of the line in sales with her company, but was sucking over here. And I said, you know why you sucking? Because you're not doing what you do with your own company. You don't build relationship. Went to one event. She said, Lenny, I'll never go again. She had so much fun. Her husband got out in front of the event and started selling for her. Because he didn't see, he's like, oh, this for real. And people after people, y'all, our community is coming. Yatika had somebody come to her and say, thank you, we need this. We're waiting for somebody to educate us. Do you know how many people are around you that are waiting for you to educate them and you're sitting on it? Because you scared? You're not playing your position. You're not. What you admire, and our conversation, and I'm going to say this about Rachel and we can go. My conversation with Rachel before we even started, what did I say to you, Rachel? I said, Rachel, I appreciate you. I appreciate you in my life. And I said, the reason I appreciate you in my life, because you show up, girl. You show up with him. You show up in excellence. You play your position. And because you play your position, girl, some good gonna happen because you're a part of my life. I want you to be the best part of you. And the last part I said with this, and I pray that this doesn't offend anybody, but I said, y'all, if you understand the position that God has on you, you would run it. Judas had a position. Judas had a position and he played it. He didn't fake out when it was time to kiss him. What if he did? What if he said, oh, I can't do it. God, I can't do it. Y'all, we wouldn't even be here. He played his role. So you know what? I respect the Judas. Because Judas did what God asked him to do. Are you doing what God asked you to do? Because there's a role you're supposed to play, not everybody else. Your role is not my role, so stop judging too. Because that's some of your problem. You looking at my role and you thinking you're not doing what you're not supposed to, because our roles are different. Matter of fact, and you want me to succeed in my role, because if I don't succeed in my role, I'm a piece of your puzzle, then you don't have a full puzzle, baby girl, my brother. So you want to help the people around you to be the best version, because it's a part of, or play the role, whatever that role is in your life, play it. So, yeah, I didn't mean go all the way there, Rachel. I'm through.
That's
all-
good. I think that's good. And I think it's the permission to be you. And this is what I try to drill into my team over and over and over and over and over and over again. I'm really good at being me.
You are. And y'all, that is it. What you all admire about Rachel, is perfecting being the best Rachel she can be. She don't care what you think.
And don't.
I mean, and she mean that. She don't care what her mama thinks. She don't care what
and
I
don't.
She don't care what Breon thinks. She don't care what, and y'all know she love that Zoe. She don't care what Zoe, please. She's so sold out. Why you laugh?
I'm cracking up because you know, and I said this. I'm sorry, we're over time. If you got to go, please go. We love you. But
yes.
I did tell you guys that I would let you guys hear from my husband tonight. So he probably sick of me, but he's still on here. So I'm gonna let y'all hear. It's always a blessing when my squad gets to hear from Breon. And so I'm gonna allow him to speak based on whatever revelation you have from tonight or what you feel like God has on your heart. my kids sound calm enough.
What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? So I'm trying to keep Miss Zoe, occupied real quick. She running back and forth from the bathroom to the couch. But anyway, just listen to the whole call tonight. I think one thing I always realize when we have these blood calls is just how do we get out of our comfort zone and doing something that we know to do, but having the confidence to do it. I heard Miss Shatika say she did her first vendor event. And a lot of times when you think about, what it is that you're not doing that you're supposed to do, the excitement you can get from it. And I know at times we think like, well, what makes this business exciting for me? You have to figure that out. And if you're in a rut, you got to figure it out even faster. And so I know for Rachel, and this can be for anybody, what get her juices flowing is rapping somebody. So it can't be a thing where she, is always on social and she's frustrated with her results, but she ain't going to rap nobody. And so in the midst of this, whatever gets you excited, if you don't know right now, you got to figure it out. And that's the one thing I can say. And I love hearing Miss Shatika, her excitement just from just explaining to you all, how she was able to collaborate with the salon owner. And then even listening to like when Rachel takes her road trips, the excitement she gets from those in-person interactions. And so when I think about it as a whole, when you look at what you're doing in terms of being your best self, what do you challenge yourself to do to find the things that excite you to keep you going, and as well as showing your team how to be different to keep them going. And I think as Miss Lanisa always say, we got to do it. We got to have that dog. We got to have that fight, because the people that we're trying to reach, they need us. And I think the biggest thing is us realizing that somebody needs us, having that confidence and knowing that, God would guide us through those scary moments and through those moments we're not confident. Hold on, Zaire. It's almost bedtime, yeah. 10. And then just figuring out, moving forward, how can you keep that dog always, hungry and aggressive and going forward? And just to touch on the final thing, when you sit on the sidelines and you see that people need you and you're not wanting to help, how are you helping yourself and the team? And so, I know some of you all may not have a team, or you may be the person that is your only team. But if you're sitting always just watching, how are you truly helping? And so you got to find that fight within you to say, I'm going to help the team, I'm going to help myself. And I think once we continue to build on that each month as we meet, we'll hear more of the exciting stories of saying, I did something new that I haven't done before, or I found what keeps my juices flowing, even on my worst days. And so that's all I really wanted to add. And, the thing I love most about Rachel, she truly is what y'all see, but each day she's trying to become better and learning from her faults and her mistakes, but finding a way to be the best person she can be. So, I love seeing y'all show up on these Black Excellence, calls, but just as you hear the excitement from the different distributors, you got to find yours and got to keep fighting each and every day.
So good. Miss Sandra, did you have a question, or did you?
Yes, my apologies for getting in late. I wanted to thank Lanisa for what she said about you, because I've been struggling really bad these past few months because of life changes, and last couple of days, part of that struggle, my revelation is that has to do with that as I mentioned to Lanisa on the 40 plus group that just started, I recognize that I've given too much power to a few people that I look up to, that I love very much and I respect, which is not a bad thing, but because I love and admire a few certain people, I've given too much power away in terms of basing my decisions on by what, what their opinion would be. And I have to put a stop to that if I'm going to move forward, not only in this business, but other areas of my life. If somebody doesn't agree with it, that's their prerogative not to agree with decisions I make. Because at the end of the day, I'm one. Sandra is the one that has to live with Sandra's decision. Point blank and period. So
Amen.
thank you, Vanessa, for your description about Miss Rachel, and love you. Although I sometimes I can be very resistant, I love you. Thank you.
He said she loved you too. I love you too. That's good. Thank you for sharing that, Miss Andrew. Yes, we've had missed you being around. That's a part of the consistency. I'm gonna tell you guys that our mantra that my husband created when he went triple somewhere in our It Works journey. It's be brave, be patient, be consistent. And if you are struggling in your business, I could guarantee there is a part of you that's not brave, that's not patient, or not consistent enough. Go ahead, Miss Moore.
I'm sorry, I wanted you to finish. I just wanted to, it's just not funny, but ironic that Breon led with that find your excitement. My husband and I was talking the other day and we were coming from the store and he said, babe, I see a fire in you I haven't seen in a long time. Because I did a vendor event just the last week in July and it was hot. And you guys know if you know my story, you know that I don't battle, but I deal with vertigo symptoms on a daily basis. So blurred vision, fogginess, dizziness, all the things, right? But I push through every day. And he's like, you're going to cancel? It's like 98 degrees. And I'm like, nope, I have to show up at this event. I have to show up. And the best time, I didn't sit down the whole time. I made no excuses. And I came out of there with a customer and I was slinging coffee for $6 a pop. Okay, I sold hydrate full size. Like I did all the things and it was on the moment. Like I just thought I was going to have a sip and sample, just try some products out. And I got 2 parties scheduled for the end of this month and one in August. And not because of those things, that's not what I was so proud of myself that I got out of my own way. And I told my husband when he said that to me, I said, there's nothing I can do but do what I got to do. And so, yeah, no excuses regardless. And so finding that excitement is that I got to be outside with people. I need to be in front of people. I love people. People love me. And that's where it's at. So Breon, thank you so much. Coming from a man, and my husband just said the same thing. So full circle, God is so amazing and he's working through each and every one of us. So thank you for that. Cause I needed to echo that back to be like, that man saw, he's like, babe, I see a light, I see a spark and you're not letting it go. Nope, I'm not. So that's it. That's all. Thank you so much.
That's good. When you get out in the streets, it feels different. It does. To interact with people in person is so different. I was telling somebody, because Lord have mercy, I talk all the time. And I was out blitzing. So that's giving my coupon and talking to people in person as I'm going. So I had went with my kids, we went to an outlet mall for Field Trip Friday. Lenisa Field Trip Friday. We went to an outlet mall and so I was blitzing the cashiers in the stores that we were going into. Y'all, kid you not, every single cashier that I talked to was 18 years old. Every one of them. And of course, every one of them were like, of course I would love to make money. Like, of course I'm looking for extra income. Every cashier was 18, kid you not. So I'm going to tell you, there are fresh people out here with fresh perspective that you can teach how to make money by talking to people and doing this wonderful thing that we get to do in this wonderful program. Could you imagine the impact that these 18-year-olds could make on their family, on their friends? And supposedly these 18-year-olds are really into gut health. I don't know, because I don't talk to them, but I'm trying to talk to them now and find out what they like. But supposedly they into their gut health and being healthy and all these different things. And you have something to give to them to change their whole life. Yes, they want mentorship, but they don't want to mentor. So just keep that in mind. They do want mentorship, but they don't want to mentor, which is fine. Whatever. Just bring them to me. I'll mentor them. Y'all can all be in the same bunch. That's fine. But yes, there's so much potential out here. So we are way over time today, and I just want to encourage you guys to go after it. And so I want to know, and here's the thing, and this is something I was just telling a team that I know is going diamond or beyond. I'm really pushing them to double diamond this month, but I was telling them, if you don't have a roadmap, you're going nowhere. I'm for real. This is not stop at the gas station and figure it out. No, get out your map. And every day you should be updating your map. You should be updating. I don't care if you're a brand new distributor. You should be updating your chart. You should get into the habit of updating your chart so you know where your volume is. So when there is a time when your team is crazy, right? Because you want your team to grow, you should be updating your chart with the intention that you're going to have a team a team outside of you that's working. So that means you wake up in the morning to new volume, right? So you're going to need to check and see where your volume is. So what are you going? Are you going Ruby? Are you going Executive? Are you going Emerald? You have to be pressing towards something. And I promise you, the way it all works is these bonuses, you should be getting after these bonuses. Like you have to start decreeing and declaring and speaking life that you can get them. That's number one. Start speaking life and don't negate the small things. You got a customer that was only 30 BV, and I got a customer and it was 30 BV. Like, stop negating the things that God is giving you, because be honest, God want to know how you going to bless him for the things that he's giving you. You never know, right? Next could be the 100 BV customer. But if you don't thank God for the 30 BV customer, the 100 BV is not coming. It's not coming because you're not grateful enough. And so get up every single morning and update that chart. Start pressing towards the mark. If you only have faith for a 400 box, then be a 400 box. Okay, it's a big deal to be a qualified leg, but what you don't do is you getting on all these calls and you're not even at 400 GV. Like, let's be clear, you can do at least 400 in sales. So if you're not going for 400 in sales, you're going for Executive. That's 2 people who are at 400 in sales. If not, you're going for Ruby to have 2,000 in group volume with 3 legs underneath you at 400 in sales. And I'm going to tell y'all straight up, auto ships run between the 1st and 16th. Period. After you get paid from It Works, there is no reason why you are not commission qualified, for real. So start holding yourself to that standard, because when you hold yourself to that standard, you'll hold other people to that standard. And y'all, I don't know a nice way to say it, because I've been here. So please hear my heart. Hear my heart. I don't care if you don't have the money. I don't feel any type of way if you don't have the money. Why? Because I was a single mom with no money. I was a single mom with no money. No money. But guess what? I was solution focused because I wanted my life to change. I was tired of being broke. I wanted to be delivered. I was tired of being broke. And I said, this is my solution. And so because and I was only 26. If I can get this at 26, y'all can get it at 40. You get it at 50. Okay. You got to pay for it at 30. I'm for real. And so if I got the wisdom to say, this is going to be my way out. And so if I got to get wraps on my subscription and sell the wraps so that I can continue to build a business so my son and I can eat the way I want to eat, then that's how y'all gonna have to look at it. Don't sell yourself. Don't allow yourself to be so thin where you can't even build this business because you're so focused on so many other things. Let this be your solution and your way. Y'all, I stopped doing hair. And I ain't telling you to do that, but God may tell you to do that. I stopped taking new clients. I went to and I was planning a wedding. I went to my husband and I said, I am no longer taking clients. Why? Because I have to focus on this business that I want to pay me. And I could do easily 6 or 7 heads in a week at one point. I was hustling, and I'm talking about braids. I ain't talking about no updo. But I was like, I'm done because I want this business to pay me. And guess this, riddle me this. I get paid way more money for not standing on my feet for X amount of hours. When I was finally able to give this business attention, I was still hustling. I was still slanging wraps and doing hair. But once I decided to say yes to my business and start saying, and I kept the clients that I had because I'm a good steward. But once I decided to focus on my business, That's when I began to promote. I went emerald. I went diamond because it was my way. It wasn't I just pick up some heads and pay for tuition. This was going to be my way to pay for tuition. So guess what I had to do? Work. I had to work. And that's what Lanisa was saying. We might be dealing with a lot of people that don't want to work, but when you become somebody who works, you will attract people who want to work too. So let's pray and let's jump off here. I'm excited to hear a good report. It did such a good report to hear that y'all getting outside, because that's all I said last month, right? I said, take your butt outside and work now. Come on now. Get you an event, get you in a party, and let's get it popping. So if you didn't listen last month, this is your opportunity. Shout out to Janae. She just did a party the other day. I see you. Yes, finally listened and did a party. Shout out to you. She's over there building a new organization, picking her face back up. Okay, I love it. I'm just loving it, y'all. I believe in you guys, and I know what this business can do to change your life. And like Lanisa said, I would love to see people excel here. I would. I've been begging somebody to come and I would love people to come and take over the top 150 with me. Okay, come on. And y'all talking about this 40 and over crew. I'm trying to see which one of y'all finna be in the top 100 though, because y'all talking about how y'all about this life. Will be about this life and get paid. Because if I ain't seen, if it ain't happening in East Week, I mean, just being friends, y'all could have a friend group anyway. But if y'all not making no money, what is it? I don't want to be in that friend group. Can I just say that? I ain't trying to be in the 40 and up crew if y'all ain't making no money. So how about y'all make some money? How about y'all be 40 and paid? To change the name to that. 40 and paid. And then maybe I'll be trying to get in that thing. Okay. Okay, that was shady, but I'm just, maybe I feel a little certain type of way, but I'm just calling you guys higher. 40 and no, be 40 and paid. Okay. Anybody can be fabulous, but let's get paid up in this mug. Okay. All right. How about this? I'm gonna open up. Who wants to pray us out? I love y'all. Happy month end.
I'll do it. It's my pastor say, all minds clear. Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, thank you. Thank you for this team. Thank you for the leadership from Rachel and Vanessa. Thank you for everyone that showed up. And thank you for those who had intentions but did not. Heavenly Father, please open our hearts, open our minds to what it is that you are trying to download to us, Father. Help us to be mindful to only listen to what it is you have to say, Father, and lean on your strength, Father, to turn a deaf ear to the enemies, Father, that tries to distract us for what you have for us, the purpose and plan that you have for us, Father. Help us to be good stewards, Father. Help us to be that light for someone who is in need of a light down a dark path that they're on right now, Father. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Love you guys. I'm excited to hear all the good news. Thank you, Lanisa. We appreciate you.